Hi everyone, I am Radhika. Welcome back to DataZard. Hope you have enjoyed your weekend. Now let's get back to business. Today we are solving Workout Wednesday 2022 Week 22 challenge, which is around creating switch between the KPIs, and we are going to be creating this visual. So without further ado, let's jump into our Power BI desktop. First things first, let us get data into our Power BI desktop. I have already downloaded the data from the data.world website. You would need to sign into the website to download the data. And now I will go to import data from Excel, choose my file and click on open to load the data. Now Power Query Editor will open up. I'm going to choose sheet 1 because that's what we have to load and click on transform data. I'm going to add date table as well. So in here, first I'm checking if the data is loaded all right. Yes, it is. I'm just going to rename the table as data. And now I'm going to click on new sources and choose blank query. And I'm going to paste the code of creating a date table, which I have copied from the Enterprise DNA website. So this is the code and I'm just going to copy this and paste it in the Power Query editor. So I'll go into advanced editor and paste it here and click on done. Now I will need to choose dates, and for dates I'm choosing 01/01/2021 to 31/12/20. This one should be 2001 and 2022. And now I will click on invoke. Once this is done, my date table will load and I'm just going to call this as date. And now I'll just click on close and apply. Now we have to create a few measures over here. And before that, we will first need to link our data table with the date table using the years column. So let's do that quickly. So now I'm going to go into model view and here I will get the year column from both the tables and I will just join them. It will be a many to many relationship and I'll click on save. Now that this is done, the next step is to create field parameters, and in those field parameters, some measures are used. Now the data is very confusing. If you look at it, it just has names like LG for columns, G, PA, AB, and what do these mean? So what I did was, let's go back to our challenge, and here there is a link given to the Tableau challenge, which this challenge refers to, using this link. And I have opened it here, and here we are given hints on what needs to be used for the games measure, hits measure, etc. So using this as reference, I'm going to create these measures. Now, as the standard practice says that we should be storing all our measures in a separate table. So I'm going to click on enter data and I'm going to create a table called key measures, and I'm going to be storing the measures in this table and click on load. Now the first measure that I'm going to create is called as games, which will be equal to sum of G column from the data table. And how I know this is from the Tableau challenge link that I shared, which is already given in our own challenge. Similarly, the next measure is hits, which is equal to sum of H column from the data table. Next, we have hits per game. So I'll create a new measure, call this hits per game, and that will be equal to hits measure that we have created divided by the games measure. The next measure is home runs. That will be equal to sum of HR column from the data table. And lastly, we need bats per run. So I'm going to create another measure, call it bats per home run. That will be equal to sum of AB column divided by the sum of HR column. And these are the basic measures that we have created. And using these measures, I'm going to create field parameters. So for that, let's go to modeling and then choose new parameter and choose fields. And in here, I'm going to go to key measures table and select games, hits per game, home run, and bats for home run. And then click on create. Now I'm going to change this slicer into our new slicer. So I'll go into here and choose this button slicer, and we just need to format this. So for formatting, I'll go into the formatting pane, and in layout, we need only one row and there should be 5 columns as we have 5 measures here. Now we don't want the title. For title, we want select metric. So I'm going to choose that. And below this, we need a card visual to show these matrix for both the players that I mentioned here. So for that, I'm going to choose card visual. So the new card, and here I'm going to add games, then hits per game, home runs, and bats per home run. Now in small multiples, I will get the player column from the data table. Now let us start formatting this. So I'll go to small multiples layout first, and instead of single column, I will choose single row. I will also filter it by player. So first let's get the Cabrera. So I'm going to choose that. And this is just going to give me results for one player, the first player. Now let us go into layout. And in here we need single row and we need to show max 6 cards. And now let us go to cards and we will turn off the border. Now let us reduce the size of these values. So let us go to values, call out values, and I'm going to change this to 18. Now I'll go to small multiples layout and turn off the border and grid lines as we don't want these. Now just going to copy this and paste it here and choose the other player from the filters section. So let's open the filters and in here I'll choose the other player. Now I'm just going to enable title here and give the name of the first player and give it a font color of blue color. Instead of using this as small multiples, I'm going to place that over here. Similarly for here, I'm going to change this to player in tooltips. And now in title, I'm going to enable this and write the name of the second player and choose a red color for this. Now we also don't want these category labels. So I'm going to go to reference labels and turn them off, turn the label off. Similarly for here also, I'm just going to go to call out values, then labels and turn this off. Now we need to add line charts in front of all of these visuals. Now I'm going to use Kerry Kolosko's SVG template. Use this lollipop sparkline from Kelly Kolosko's website, and I'm going to use this code and modify it according to our use case. So I've already copied this, and the changes that we need to make, I'm just going to show for one of the measures, and then I'm just going to fast forward it for the rest of the measures. Now I have copied this. I'm going to create a new measure here, paste the copied measure over here, and I'm going to call this games because I'm creating this for games. And for player C, we need to create two versions, one for player 1 and other one for player 2, because we need these in different color lines. And to choose that, we will have to use different measures. Now we are going to replace this financials date with the year column from the date table. So I'm going to do that quickly for the rest of the financial year, financial date. Now all the dates are replaced. Now as we are creating this measure for the games measure, so I'm going to replace this sum gross sales by games. So let's put games here. And I'm just going to do the same for the rest of them. Now that this is done, all our errors, they are removed, and I'll click on commit. And now we need to get this visual beside this data. So for that, let's click on the visual. Let's go to images and enable the image. Go for games series because that's where we have to place it. And in here, I'm going to choose image URL and then choose the sparklines measure that we have created just now. And now I'll click on OK. And we have to give it size. If it's not visible to you, then it's because the size is missing. So give it 140 pixels or whatever you like. And that's how we can place the measure like that over here. I have created the measures like this for the rest of them as well. So I'm just going to quickly just copy paste them. Now the rest of the measures, they are also created in a similar manner where we just have to replace these measures now because we are always using the date in our x-axis for sparklines. So the only thing that will need to be replaced is these games with the hits per game, home runs, and bats per home run measures. So I have already created these measures and I don't want to waste your time. So I'm just going to copy paste them. So the difference between this measure for player C and player P is that for player C, our color is a blue color, line color, but for player P, the color would be a red color. So I'm going to create a new measure over here, and this one would be for games P, and the color is red. Similarly, I'm going to create another measure and right click and click on new measure. This one would be for hits for C, where I have replaced those games with hits everywhere. And the next measure would be hits for P, where the color is red. Similarly, I'm going to make for hits per game and create a new measure. This is for hits per game, and then another measure for hits per game but for P. And again, the only difference is this line color, which is red. Then we need to create it for home runs. So for home runs, this would be for P. And for home runs, I'm going to create another measure for C, and then another one for P. And the only difference is the line color, which is red. And the last two measures, which is for bats per home run C, and then the other one for P. And the only difference between C and P is I'm just going to change the line color to red. And now all we need to do is bring these measures in as image URL over here like we did for this one. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Lastly, we need to add a line chart. And on x-axis of line chart, we need year. Let's take that. And on y-axis, we need the parameter. And now if we choose hits, then we just see hits. If we choose hits per game, we just get that. So this is how our line chart is interacting with the parameter. That's it for the challenge. I hope you have learned something new from this one. If you like the content, then please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.